Call the December meeting of the Sister Cities Commission to order. Madam Secretary, have you done a roll call?
Yes.
I ask you that once a month. Number 3 on the agenda is the election of officers for 2016. It was talked about 2 meetings ago of electing Brian Riesling as the chair, Carolyn Marty remaining as vice chair.
No, Vicky.
Vicky is as vice chair, excuse me. And Carol continuing as secretary. Jack, would a motion to do all this at once be in order, or do we do them separate?
I don't know what Robert's Rules of Orders allows. Usually it's one by one.
Should be, I think.
Should be one by one.
Okay, was there a nomination for secretary?
I nominate Carol.
I'll second it.
Yeah.
Is there any discussion? Not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We have opening for vice chair.
I nominate Vicky.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to elect Vicky as vice chair. Any discussion? Not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And chair, we have nomination for Brian.
I'll nominate Brian for chair.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded to elect Brian as chair. Any discussion?
He is aware of this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. You were emailed the minutes of our November 2nd meeting. Oh, approval of the agenda, excuse me, thank you. Is there a motion to approve the agenda, or does anyone have any additions to it?
Bless you.
Not a motion to accept it would be in order.
So move.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the agenda for tonight. Discussion? Not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now we'll go on to the minutes that were emailed from our November 2nd meeting.
Move adoption.
Is there a second? Is there a second?
Second.
I'm sorry. Motion made and seconded to approve the minutes from November. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Also have the financial report attached, and I talked about, I think, a month ago, we have about $10,000 in our account that's not city tax money. It's money from working the brat stand and various activities that started out at 13 and change, and we did the kiosk this year. So it's still a nice balance, and that's why we do things like the Legion and brat stand. So I guess a motion to approve the financial report.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? Not, all in favor say aye.
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 Move on to unfinished business. It's my understanding, Harold, that you're gonna do a presentation.
That's right, I'm gonna make the report, okay? Bob couldn't be here tonight, and I can hardly talk, so we'll see how this goes here. I have a bad cold, okay?
Don't we all?
So, there were 2 of the 3 committee members met. Jack is on the committee, and he couldn't be with us that day, and Bob and I met, November 19th, I guess it was, and, we discussed several different possibilities. The candidate that we're recommending for recognition is a big supporter, an active supporter of Sister Cities. This person has worked on the brat stand, has hosted Hans Joe's exchange program participants, has been instrumental in planning and implementing the improvements to the Hans Joe's Park kiosk, has authored and written communications to German Sister Cities, has served on the Sister Cities Commission, and most recently has initiated the Sister Cities Advent Calendar Project. So, if you don't know who that is, right over there, Jack.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Jack.
Congratulations, Jack. Do we need to take a vote on that, or is that just a appointment?
I
You
don't
don't-
think we
okay.
ever did.
It's a report.
Then we need to set the date and time for the reception for Jack, which we.
A date that you can make it.
We combine it with our meeting for the month of January, and it can be any of the Mondays in January. We aren't locked into the first one like when we meet here at City Hall.
We should maybe check with the recipient to see what his calendar looks like.
Mine is open right now.
I believe last year it was on the second Monday of January, so kind of the holidays were behind.
Depends upon if people are gone on the 4th. The 4th is the first, I believe, first
yeah.
Monday. That might be close for people traveling yet, I don't know.
Second Monday in January?
That would correspond where it was last year. It gives you time, like, to say, clear out the holidays.
Yeah.
So that's the 11th?
Yep.
Is that okay with?
Yeah, this will be at the bowling alley.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, go.
I will be gone, so somebody needs to set that up. I usually do that with Mona.
Okay.
So somebody else needs to.
I'll be gone.
Good. And I'll be gone the next two Mondays, not that,
11th at 5 PM.
I suspect we're just gonna have that in the winter
I
time,
think
right?
we had them come out.
We have our meeting first.
Yeah, at 5 or 5:15.
5:15 is usually
Okay.
still, and then by 5:45 we're done.
Got it.
Is that okay with everybody?
Yep.
And then there's a template for a plaque that's out at,
Right.
Whitwer Graphics, and they can bill the city direct. That's
Yep. I have it in my notes.
good. So, anything else on the award at the next commission meeting? Now, we'll move on to new business. Vicki is gonna give us a report on her discussion with the young professional group, and if they would include our inbound intern in their activities for the 3 months that they're here. Vicki?
I spoke with Audra Shanneman from the chamber, and she put me in contact with a Rachel Smith, who's on the leadership group for New Ulm Hype. And New Ulm Hype is a young professional group designed to welcome and support new and current young professionals in the community. And Rachel and I have talked a couple times. The first time I just talked to her about, what our expectations would be, if they'd be interested, if their group would be interested in meeting with us or anything. And she got back to me today and said, yes, their group was really excited about getting involved with us. And they might even have someone, once we know if it's a male or female, they might even have someone that would maybe be a host for one of the months. And anyway, once we get closer to picking, we know who's coming over, I'm supposed to get in contact with her again. And then maybe I or someone from our group will meet with their group and see what can be done. But they were really excited about it, she said.
Put Eric Bodie and Casey on that list, because they were interested this year, and it just didn't work out, but that would be
Eric Bodie what was he?
interested in hosting.
Oh, okay.
He's got extra bedrooms up there in the carriage house, and that's what would be.
So I'll just keep on top of that once we know who's coming over, and I'll contact her again.
Sure, it's a wonderful item. Item B is consider a press release for the candidate to schools, colleges, and use January 31st, 2016 as a deadline. You may recall that we interviewed another young lady, and I forgot to bring her resume along, Kelsey, that was a student out in Boulder, or somewhere in Colorado. And she said on the interview that we did by phone
Yes.
here, if there's somebody older, I'm only, whatever she was.
19 or something like
I can
that.
wait a year, but I think we owe it to her to get back, in addition to have
Yes.
have a request out for other candidates too, because she may or may not be the best of the group that applies, but we had a good interview with her,
And
by
she has
phone.
ties for the neighbor.
Yeah, her grandparents, I think, still live here.
Oh.
Plays hockey at Colorado State, I think it is. And the resumes, I know I've got one at home, and I'm sure the city hall's got one on file that was stamped as received and so on. Maybe she's not interested, but I think we need to reach out, well, it's Jack's decision, reach out to her, 'cause she did a great interview, and Shane was quite a bit older. And so that's how he was consensus.
I think when we distribute the press release, we should make it clear that they need to be fluent in German. Because I know
Yeah.
we've had candidates who could barely speak,
Yeah.
and they don't even have a chance.
And it's almost embarrassing
Yeah,
for them when they're.
Right.
Yeah, I remember one of my first years that happened was.
so I think we should make that very clear in the press release.
Did you say the young lady you mentioned is older? What do you mean by older?
She's
She's younger.
No,
younger than Shane.
She's younger.
Oh, okay, I
She's like
understood you.
20 or
You
21.
just-
something.
Okay, because I
She
know
was- she
there
was
is an
still a teenager.
age.
She was like 19
I
when
think
we.
she is, yeah.
Okay,
Was
because
she?
they're,
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, she made that comment when we were on the
Right.
speakerphone, says, you
Yep.
know, if somebody that's getting
Okay.
closer to that, well, they aren't eligible anymore, I'll
Okay.
stand back and would like to be considered again. And so-
okay. Because I know there's an age limit for how old they can be to leave here, to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, then item C needs a motion to approve paying the bill for the advent calendars to MLC.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the advent calendar, production costs, I guess it would be, the amount of $300. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Carolyn will take item 9A.
Well, we're serving schnitzel on Wednesday with french fries or spätzle. I will post something in the New Ulm now and then. I talked to her about that. It's gonna be 8:25, 5 to 7:30. It will be open. Carol's working, Bruce is working, either Vicky or Ken. Are either of you guys? No? Okay. I think that'll be enough. Tom's
I'll be there.
cooking, so. If you're not going to a big bash party like I am, then try to come there and eat schnitzel, because it's really good. Tom made excellent schnitzel every time, so.
And sometime coming up here, let me just check the calendar. There is a meeting, again, for the nonprofits that are interested in continuing those Wednesday night fundraiser operations. And the question is, are the sister cities gonna want to continue on in January, February, March, April?
You
So
did
I've-
it last year. Do you want to do it again this year?
Okay. The only thing, we will not be open during Lent. But aside from that time period, we'll be running on Wednesdays
As long as
again.
we have somebody to work and we can
Sure.
earn the money, and
Okay.
you guys don't care, I think
Good.
it's a good
Yeah.
way to earn money.
Yes.
I have another comment on the dinner. Last month, there was in the editor's mailbag, there's an article, American Legion Lions to serve sauerkraut dinner. Can we put something like that in?
Did they put it in? Oh, I didn't put it in.
And this was for Lions, but I
Right,
mean,
but I
I'm
mean-
just,
Well, we have
you
to
know.
ask the former publisher of the paper.
Sure, of course you can.
And so somebody, I know it's too late for this month, but next month, a couple days beforehand, to put something in.
No, that'd be a good idea. 'Cause I don't think you didn't run any ads, did you? You just did it kind of,
never.
on
I did
social
it- oh,
media
yeah.
and things.
Only
And
that
the
way.
Legion does, we run a calendar in the shopper, so it's
That's
listed.
in your calendar.
Yeah, it's listed as part of the calendar, and it says in their Sister Cities fundraiser.
And I just thought, this is the editor's mailbag thing, and then there was an article, and I thought, it caught my eye, and I thought, oh, be something to do.
Yeah.
Get people there.
The Legion would appreciate it too.
Well, if you and I talk and if we set dates, then I will.
Yep.
I'll put it in before I go.
Okay.
That, I believe, completes our agenda for tonight. Shane is coming. He was tied up in Redwood Falls. He's said about 5:30 on a text that I have. If someone chooses to invite him to come over to Rodney's, he'd probably appreciate that. He enjoyed the heck out of it a month ago, and
Yeah.
that's why he wanted to come back. And I've got some papers here for him of his article on St.
Nice article he wrote in the
Yeah,
paper.
he's
Yes.
a really talented writer.
Well, then a motion to adjourn would be in order.
So moved.
So moved, yeah.
Motion made and seconded to adjourn. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carried.